What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about ADA Cardano today at the request of Big D. We're doing this for you, my friend. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys, and let's get into it. So Cardano with a very immaculate move. We've gone over this plenty of times, but let's just go over it real quick here, right? You were consolidating. Everybody at this time was saying ADA's dead. It will never see new all-time highs, blah, blah, blah. And then Trump's like, you know what? U.S. cryptos are going to get tax exempt. And we don't know if that's actually happening, but that's something that was said. And a lot of U.S. cryptos had a bullish rally as a result of that, or maybe it's just a result of being consolidated. You know, you had a higher low, you're in this higher high trajectory. It was just a matter of time before you moved up. Who knows? You know, whatever you want to say. But let's see. From a high to a low, you moved all the way up to your 1414. Pulled back to your 100.886 area. It's a very common maneuver to make. Beyond all of that, what you really did was you broke out here. You broke out above these highs, and you came back to find support at it. You confirmed previous areas of resistance as support, previous areas of support as support. It's a very, very, very nice look. So I'm confident that that was the low there for Cardano last week. What was that low at? 76.2 cents. I'm very confident that that was the low. I love that your weekly RSI, you got as high as like almost 90, man. You literally almost got there, and now you're back down around 60. Beautiful area. Literally the last time you did this, you found support around this area actually, and you continued to move up higher, right? At kind of a slow pace, to be fair, but let's just see from a high to a low here. You saw your 1414. You know, if you were to do that same thing, exactly the same thing, because you have very similar readings in your RSI, I mean, that'd be good. You're at 90 cents. That'd be good for at least a move to $1.67. But I'm going to make a case for higher targets, right? We just made a very, I think, understandable, comprehensible case for $1.67. Okay, it's no doubt in my mind that Cardano will move up at least to $1.67, but likely more than that. And my case for that, my reasoning for that is, if we were to compare these moves, and that's essentially what we're doing to get to that target, I think it's obvious to see that this move was not as strong as this move. It's quite clear. This move had less volume than this move. This move happened in the beginning of the bull cycle. This move is happening in the full stride of the bull cycle, the post-Bitcoin halving breakout, right? The post-election rally. We're in the Santa Claus rally times right now, right? It's very good phases. We're at the Bitcoin dominance turning down, very good phases of the market, right? Here, dominance is going up. Here, dominance is topped off, potentially going down. Different, totally different moves. So my automatic assumption just based off of that is that we don't stop at the 1414 like we did last time. So from this, at least, we could expect a minimum target of something stronger. Above the 1414 is the 1618. So let's go with that. $1.87. You're at 90 cents now. I could see that, right? I expect most coins to do anything from like a 1.5 to a 3x over the next month. If you're doing better than that, you're probably outperforming most of the market. If you can't even do like a 1x, or sorry, I said 1.5x. I meant 2.5x to a 3x. If you can't even do a 2x by this next month, you're probably underperforming the market. It doesn't mean it's going to lose value, whatever coin you're holding, but it's, you know, like Bitcoin's not going to do a 2x in the next month, but it's going to be the top dog, right? But anyways, it just might underperform the rest of the market, and we can see that because the Bitcoin dominance chart suggests that it's actually going to underperform the rest of the market from here. But that's neither here nor there. That's a totally different video, totally different topic. Let's focus on Cardano. The minimum target I think that we've established so far, applying logic to reason, right, or reason to the charts, I don't know, $1.87. We're at 90 now, so that's at least a 2x from here, right? If we look at this price here at $1.87 on the 1618, right here at previous areas of support, previous areas of resistance, it wouldn't be too crazy. It kind of makes sense, I think. And if we look at this, I wonder if we take this high here to this low, you know, $1.87. It's kind of in the middle of this overall fib from the 1618 to the 1886. To be completely fair, just based off of this fib and with the respect that you're already showing on it, right? Literally going from this to here, like I would personally expect if you break $1.57, you don't stop until you hit $2.10. So we're refining this range even more. If you hit $1.87, you would at least go to $2.10. And I like that because this 1886 is very close to this 1886. So now that we have that established, we keep moving up the bar. I think it's very safe to assume, and technically by the fibs, the minimum target would be about $1.50, $1.60, something like that. You're at 90 cents now. But based off of reasoning, or at least reasonable suspicions, I would say that Cardano has a very strong chance of its minimum target being $2.10, around there. Its maximum target, look, the 2618, the double golden extension lining up with the 2272 of the overall move. It's very possible that you could go all the way up to 325 by the end of this next move, right? And this next move, I think, is going to end at the end of January, if not the beginning of February, but probably around the inauguration of Trump. That'd be my guess, right? I think this next move, if we were to measure and just, I know I've got a lot of lines, but bear with me. If we took this low to the high of the most recent move we had, and we projected out, we did the same exact thing from this low here to that high. Look at where that takes us. That takes us like literally right there to about $3, okay? And that's just if we mimic this move, let alone if it gets stronger, right? Let alone if Trump does say that he's real about this, we're not going to tax American-made cryptos. I think that it could definitely see a stronger move. But at least, at a bare minimum, this is just at a replica, at a bare minimum, I think $2.10, seeing this, is a lot more reasonable. $2.10 is a lot more reasonable. $1.87 as a minimum target, very reasonable. And then $3.20, $3.25 is a maximum kind of target, or maybe even an expected target, I think is very reasonable as well. I shouldn't say expected. I think 210 would be expected, 325 maximum. Could you go higher? Sure. But look at this too. If we put 325, we put this area here, the 2618, the 2272, we put a white line kind of right in the middle of those lines there, like right there. Previous all-time highs, current all-time highs. So you probably do find resistance there if I really had to guess, but if not there, at least 210. You're at 90 cents now. Cardano has a lot of growth to go by the end of January. I do think that it has higher prospects than that in mind by the end of this cycle. The minimum target that we have for the end of the cycle, I'm going to end the video with this, my friends. End of cycle target would at least be $6.52. Maximum cycle prediction would probably be $16 to $20, I think. I don't think you go as high as $33, and I think $16 to $20 would be quite the accomplishment itself. But there's a solid case to be made for something around $10 and at least $6.50 by the end of the cycle. You're at 90 cents now, so a lot of growth to go for Cardano. It would be very exciting if this thing was tax exempt for all the people who are holding this coin. That'd make it even more valuable, I think. So, it makes it even more valuable, because if you have like 100, let's say you had $100 in something and it does a 10x, right? And let's say you're paying 35% taxes on that. Well, you do a 10x. Let's say you do an 11x. So you have $100. You do an 11x. That means you have $1,100. It means you made $1,000. So you cash out. You got to pay 35% on $1,000. That's $350, right? You're paying $350. So really, you're walking away with $650 in profits from your $100 initial investment. $650 profit. You have $750 total, and you had an 11x. $750 total, okay, on 11x after taxes. Now let's say you had 100, and instead of seeing an 11x, you only saw a 7.5x. Well, now you have $750. It's the same exact amount, but instead of an 11x, it was a 7.5x. Much more doable, right? A lot more doable, and you pay no taxes on it. If this thing that Trump is saying were to come true, that means you only need a 7.5x instead of an 11x to get the same effective power back at you with money, right? Your same financial buying power. So if you were to see an 11x, you'd be at 1100 versus 750. What's 750 out of 1100, or 1100 out of 750? Divided by 750. I mean, you're doing like basically 46% better. You're saying like 1.46. You're doing that much more growth on the exact same move without taxes. So again, just the reason why I'm ending it with that, that was a lot to do, I guess. It was basic math, but just a lot of thinking, I guess, with all the words and explaining my train of thought there. The reason why we're doing that is just to explain the power of this no tax thing, right? And as low of a price as 952 might be, if something performed, from a 7.5x to an 11x perspective, something could perform better than that, and Cardano could still technically be the better investment, because you walk away with more cash after the taxes and everything. But I think I made my point. Cardano definitely looks good, and that's all theory. We don't know if it's going to be exempt from taxes, right? We don't know that. That's just a nice hopes and dreams. And even if it doesn't, I certainly do expect $10 to be a good target by the end of the cycle. You could hit 16 to 20 bucks, at a minimum 652. And then of course, I think the next target that we're at 90 cents now. The minimum target would be like $1.80. Maximum target would basically be at your all-time highs, and anywhere and everywhere in between there. I really like that 230 area as a potential area by the end of January. If you guys liked the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye.